Hello and welcome to this, our third session on the rapid value cycle. My name's Matt Caneen. I'm the practice manager at Ignition. I'm joined today by Jan Kurtzy, the Chief Technology Officer for Nexus Data and one of the co-authors of the Drive Rapid Results from Data, the book that we're going to be discussing today. Now, today we're going to discuss the key to achieving ongoing investment in data projects by aligning people, process and technology seamlessly. The plan is to help you as a data leader understand how to operationalize alignment in your data projects, enabling your data teams to deliver impact and not just output. Now, a little bit of housekeeping. There'll be a QR code that turns up in the corner at some point. And by clicking on that QR code, there we are, it'll take you to a page where you can apply for a rapid value cycle assessment. Jan, hi, welcome. Can you explain a little bit about that assessment and what it would provide for people?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Matt. So the rapid value cycle assessment is a very lightweight questionnaire that the listeners can fill in. What this does is it's based on the rapid value cycle methodology from the book. And it helps you focus just on the main areas. It helps highlight what those key issues might be or opportunities that you can focus on to drive more value from your data investment. So once you fold it in, you'll get a little report back just to give you a diagnostic of what's happening. How did you score against certain of the dimensions, as well as make little recommendations around what the next things are that you can focus on. Thanks, Matt.
Great, excellent. And I think you get a digital copy of the book, is that right?
Yeah. So at the end of the call, it's we'll also make it available. Everyone that's in attendance will get a digital copy of the book as well.
Yeah. Excellent. So today we're absolutely happy to take questions from you, and we'll be keeping an eye out for any that you raise in the chat. Now, we mightn't get to them immediately. We'll certainly do our best to keep up to date, but there is a Q&A section we've got at the end. But feel free to put your questions in as we're going along, as they're relevant to the conversation that we're having. So let's get into it. Jan, let's start with a reality check. In your experience, what percentage of data projects do you believe secure ongoing investment beyond their initial funding?
Thanks, Matt. Good question. Yeah. So two angles to that. So one is a couple of years ago, they said, only 20% of any data analytics projects are successful. One of the most recent stats released by MIT in one of their research papers suggests that only 5% of all AI investments actually deliver any business value. Now, if we think about if you have a 95% chance of failure, the likelihood that your initial investment will either be reinvested in or you will get ongoing investment is slim to none. And this is really what we're seeing in the industry is people make the initial investment. 12 to 14 months in, CFO starts asking the question, where's my return on investment? Where's the value that's coming out of this project? And more than likely, most individuals can't answer it, and then investment either gets reduced or pulled, unfortunately. So it's very low. I mean, I would put it in like the 3 to 5% ballpark if I had to take a guess.
Yeah, wow.
Cool. So yeah, I mean, it's with that in mind, Matt. I mean, let's go one step deeper. When you hear owning data isn't enough, what does that immediately tell you about where most organizations are going wrong?
Yeah, it's an interesting phrase, that, isn't it? For me, just in general, if something has an owner, then in other people's minds, it's something they don't have to worry about. So it doesn't matter what that is, but data's the same. If you think that's owned by somebody else, not my problem. I can just let them look after it. But the reality is here that if we want this to work, everybody needs to be committed to the data and not just the individual or the owner. It really is a team game. Yeah. And we want to truly create value in our organizations. We've got to deliver across the enterprise and not in a single silo. So it's not enough to say, hey, we've got a data team that looks after that. I'm not involved. No, everybody needs to be involved. We've all got to get into it.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think it's something we've also seen is many companies, I've appointed a data lead, I've appointed a chief data officer, a chief data analytics officer. I don't have to worry about data anymore. Unfortunately, data remains everyone's business if you want to do it right and get the most value from it. So as a follow-up question to that one, Matt, and as we're diving into, what we refer to as quadrant 2 of the rapid value cycle, where we're focusing about people, processes, approach, and a bit about the data component as well. In this section, it talks about people first, process second, and technology last. For many organizations, that would go against the natural instinct. Why do you put people first when everyone else wants to talk about the latest AI tools? So why the focus on people? First, if the main hype and most of the talk is about AI tools, platforms, etc.
Yeah, look, it's so easy to get caught up in the technology, isn't it? We know that. As you say, everyone's talking about AI, but again, this can't be technology led. I mean, your example of only 5% being successful is just screams that can't be the way that it's led, because it doesn't lead to success. So we've got to have a user case that's business and therefore people aligned, which is why the people come first in the process. You know what I mean? So we've got to get these key stakeholders engaged. We've got to get them on board as the first step. Without the people, we can't get alignment to business outcomes. We can't understand what success looks like. And we need to understand the value that will be created by the engagement. I mean, in all my years of running these projects and programs, the ones that have been most successful are undoubtedly when we've got people with clear roles and responsibilities across the organisation and everybody buys it.
Yep, no, I agree.
Absolutely. And so, with that in mind, Chun, in your experience, who specifically do you believe we need to get on board as a key stakeholder for our data projects?
Yeah, thanks, Matt. It's so in the book we refer to something as a ringleader. Doesn't have any negative connotation to it. It's not a mafia boss or someone bad. It's really just somebody that has influence, and this can either be a senior executive or someone in the organization that when they talk, people tend to listen. And identifying that role first and having that champion in your corner is probably the most important individual to bring in from a people perspective. And the main reason from this is as a data leader, you know what you need to do, and you need to know that you need to focus on enabling value. But this is sometimes very difficult because you need to orchestrate IT teams and business teams and other people as well to get to that point of value. And they have other priorities and they've got other stuff that they focus on. So the ringleader is just somebody that helps you sort of bring those loose ends together so that you can focus on the task at hand, and that is, enabling value at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, it's we've seen this story play out so many times, Matt, where you have a situation where a technical team is so excited about a solution, but your business stakeholders can't see the value. How do you breach that gap?
Yeah, look, it's a common scenario, isn't it? The technical teams are all excited, but they're excited for the technology and not what the technology can provide. And it's your AI is a classic one. Yeah, we've got to do AI. Let's get running. What are we doing it for? Not sure, but I'm sure it'll work itself out of time. It's that classic. Here's the solution. Now, what's your problem again? And it just can't be that way. The only way to bridge the gap is to sit with the business, get them to articulate how this solution, when implemented, is going to do one of two things. It's going to make them $1 or it's going to save them $1.